Hi, this is Josh Clark with this week's episode of Be Your Best. Today I want to talk about life transformation. You know, my desire for you and I is that we become everything that God intended us to be, that we don't just drift down the river of life wherever it takes us and being conformed to the world around us. You know, recently I was preparing for a leadership retreat, and beforehand I got away for some time just to think, to meditate and pray, and a verse came to mind. It was Romans 12:2, and I love this verse. It says, "Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed." How? Through the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, that acceptable, and perfect will of God. You see, I believe that God has a plan for each of our life. Now, I don't know what your faith, your background, your belief is, but I believe that you have unique gifts, talents, and abilities that only you possess, and that God desires to use you to to make an impact, to make a difference, to be a catalyst to transform this world. You know, recently, in fact, this morning I was talking to my son, my 6-year-old. And I was talking about the importance of who we're around, what we put into our mind, what we think about. And I said, have you noticed that some people just have stinking, rotten thinking? I said, between the ears, it's just rotten. He said, what? I said, yeah. I said, a lot of people have this. It's just absolutely stinks. And he said, what? I said, yeah, you know what? It's because of what they allow into their mind. And so today I want to talk about life transformation. How do we go from that caterpillar and continue to transform and to grow and to become somebody different than who we were yesterday? Because you see, as God has given us the ability to transform ourselves, but how? It's through what we put into our mind, it's what we think on, who we surround ourselves with. And so my challenge for you today, my challenge is for you to, over the next week, in fact, 30 days, to think, really be intentional about what are you listening to in the radio, what are you watching on television. In fact, you probably just want to unplug that thing, you know, because that's one of the biggest culprits of the stinking thinking between the ears. Quality of input determines quality of output. In fact, Dr. Jack Haskins, a professor at the University of Tennessee, did a 12-year study. He had two groups. One group was getting 5 minutes of negative news, you know, just the negative stuff that was going on in the world around them. The other group started their day with 5 minutes of positive news, positive things that were happening. And what's interesting, at the end of that 12 years, they found the group that got the negative news saw the world as a negative place. They were more depressed. They believed that bad things were going to happen to them, and they were less likely to help other people. And so, you know, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be in the next 5 years? I tell people all the time, I say, you know, I hope that in 5 years you don't even recognize me from who I am today. You know, I hope that through the transformation that takes place, that I don't even resemble who I was. You see, I want the same for you. You know, I believe that God, who created you, has the same plan for you to continue to grow and to evolve, just like a caterpillar into a beautiful butterfly, you know, flying through life, making a difference, making an impact. And so the first thing is control what you listen to, what you watch, television. And the second thing is I want you to spend 15 minutes a day. Take the pledge right now to spend 15 minutes a day reading a book, a positive book, listening to a podcast, you know, controlling, putting quality input into your mind. And if you do that, I'm telling you, you're going to transform your life. And in the process of doing that, you're going to become a catalyst to make an impact, starting with your family, your workplace, your community, and the world around you. And so if this video has encouraged you, I'd like to ask you to take a moment to share it with others. And together, we can become a catalyst to transform the world, one person at a time. And I can't wait to watch and to hear about the transformation in your life. All right, go out and make it an awesome week. God bless.